Great rise, beautiful beings. How is it going? How is it going? It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. I got the sniffles, light cold. Well, not a cold. I don't know if I need a fever or what, or is it just for being out in the weather? Because, I've been hanging outside more than I've been indoor. And I got a cough. It's not in my throat and then it's in my chest. But there's no phlegm coming up. And it's irritating me because I'm like, this is a dry ass cough. There is a lot going on with your emotions. And if you're under the weather, by any means, drink you some warm liquids like fresh lemon, fresh lime, a tad bit of honey or agave, some mint, some sage. Sage will definitely knock things out of you. There is definitely something emotional going on here. There is something emotional going on here. It seems like you're longing and waiting for a change. It seems like you're longing and waiting for a change. It seems like you're trying to move forward, but you're not exactly moving forward. You got the knowledge and wisdom. You're ready for the results on planet Earth. You're ready for the results in the physical. Okay? You got what it takes. But your heart is not completely in this matter. You're on the fence, like you're hot and cold. Excuse me. You're hot and cold. You're going with society norms, which is burning you out. And then you're putting like 10% in your spiritual dreams, your spiritual manifestations. It can even be with going with society, but you're being so consumed by your 9 to 5 and how you live and how you thrive, your survival, that you're still only putting 10% into your own entrepreneurship. It's like you're just hanging on, hoping for a break. Well, you deserve a break. You're going to get a break, okay? You deserve a break. You're going to give a break. You're going to receive the joy you need. There may also be a masculine here that's working on setting sail psychologically, okay? Setting sail, following his hearts and inspirations, okay? Something spiritually is happening where some people won't likely get their upgrades. Something spiritually is happening with the whole world. Okay? Traffic and people motion is about to slow down for a little bit. Seems like money is going to come to a halt, or maybe your money came to a halt. There's going to be a global economic fall due to some person in high power, some emperor in high power. It's going to slow down the finances globally. Money is not going to circulate as much. Yeah. Some people, emotions and dreams are going to collapse because of this systematic change financially with money and control. As you can see, the chessboard, the skull, the game, the king, all of that, something's about to change. Something's about to be manipulated. Gold is the standard. Gold is the standard. It doesn't matter how much Bitcoin you got. Doesn't matter how much paper dollar you got. You need gold. You need gold, you need silver, you need platinum, you need diamonds, you need copper. Yep. That's the new ladder. That's the new ladder. Your collaboration does not need to... Don't worry about collaborating right now. You got to follow your own mind and intuition, okay? It's going to look a little gloomy. It's going to look a little gloomy in these circumstances because you're going to need them coins. You're going to need those physical coins, okay? Travel is on a halt. That could be a spiritual travel on a halt. That could be a physical travel on a halt. Something's about to change. You're on standby, okay? You're on standby. Something about crucible, Lucifer. Something about the crucible and Lucifer. Make sure you economically are where you need to be financially. If you can start trading things you don't need that don't really matter and start buying gold, having at least 20 grams of gold, missed opportunity. Yeah, it's going to be a missed opportunity for a lot of people because they did not jump on the bandwagon. They will be the first to be in the digital society completely because they won't have any phones or anything. Hell, I might be one of them too. Yeah, it's overwhelming hearing all the... I'm sure it's overwhelming hearing people say, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. I know places I go to right now do not accept cash, card only. I still tip in cash. If they ain't got gratuity, I tip in cash. You know, some people smart. They don't do gratuity because gratuity is 18 to 20%, right? And if a person come in there and just get one drink, the drink can be like $25. It could be a $25 drink. 20% of that is $5. Like, you just had one drink. You think somebody deserves $5? All I know is very high upscale places. Every high upscale places that I go to do not charge gratuity. They feel like the customer would tip more. And I do. I tip. I'm more and I tip cash. But, yeah, things are changing. Chemistry. Yes, things are changing. Okay? Things are changing. A lot of people don't like society readings, conspiracy readings, but hey, you got to get it in where you could get it in. Things are changing. Things are definitely changing. Things are definitely slowing down. And I'm going to hip you to something. If the government world is not moving, you don't have no work or nobody to cater to. That's like Hollywood. Let's say Hollywood, like, they built LA to cater to Hollywood, right? Santa Monica, Venice Beach, LA, all that, Ontario Airport. If Hollywood wasn't there, a lot of people wouldn't have jobs, would not be living there. They would be somewhere in like New York, Miami, Houston, Dallas. You get what I'm saying? They would not be in LA. Not because of the weather. They were out there because of Hollywood. And then you look at all these black actors that are now creating their own studios. What's happening? They're just changing. They're just changing who hand the board is in. Like, the people manipulating the board is manipulating the board. But by putting new studios that's making billions of dollars in black people's hands, that's like saying, okay, we done fucked up the industry. Now let's give black people the opportunity to try to bring it back. Bring some type of trustworthiness. Runner. Seems like you're running from the situation, or you don't want to believe what's happening. Inseparable. Okay? Seems like you're inseparable from your way of thinking, your way of growing, your way of doing things. Any final cards, Spirit, before? Guilty. I feel pain from the damage I have caused. And that's anybody, okay? Anybody. Sabotage. We're in a world where we see things changing. I remember when it was AOL. Then we started having cable internet. And we started being able to hook. No, we still weren't. I think we had Wi-Fi, but I was still using a DSL cable, right? And I remember when Bitcoins first came out. Now, I was conscious and aware way before YouTube even existed. And I remember when they had Bitcoins, they was giving them away. And I think to myself now, like, would I have had the email to go in there with the Bitcoins? Like, they were giving them away. People with no computers and stuff didn't know about it. They was giving Bitcoins away. Indecisive. And here it is, 22 years later, they're at $100,000 a Bitcoin. Indecisiveness. Yeah, so a lot of us miss the mark on certain things. Habits. We're stuck on what we was trained to do, what we learned to do, and when there are new equations and new figures and new variables in the process, we want to, self-sabotage. We don't want to learn. We don't want to change. But I'm telling you right now, you may have missed a lot of marks in your life, but buy some gold. But this the catch. It was okay to buy gold when it was $30 and $40 a gram. Like a few hundred a kilo, like $1,200 a kilo. Or, like so much an ounce. Now, I think a kilo is like 4,400. Like, people wait until things go up. And the only thing they're doing with this gold right now is all the people who willing to let it go. Right. They're collecting the gold. They're trying to get you to be a goldless society. See, people saying, oh, gold done went up to 440, 1,000. 4,400. Ain't that something? 4,400. And they're just cleaning out. They're not saying, wait a minute. What's going to happen if I don't have any gold and all I have is cash? So they're just cleaning out right now. Selling all their silver. Selling all their gold. They just cleaning out right now. So, Spirit, any last word before? Men. Time to make amends. I want to fix our connection. And then that's your heart soul connection. That could be a loved one or a friend or someone you desire or want to be with, okay? So until next time, unearth the magic, the truth, the deficit truth.